Good wishes, dear students. In this part, as we will continue with chapter 9, transformation of sentences, part 2, we have already understood how to transform the sentences. Now in this part, we will study about the descriptive composition. The descriptive descriptive composition. Now as you know that question 1, which comes in your examination paper and is given in your practice papers also, that carry maximum marks, that carry 20 marks, and you have to write the composition in 300 to 350 words. And in every chapter, as I have told you, some parts are related with composition writing. As there are 5 subparts of that questions and student have to choose according to their own choice and ability. So some students have ability to describe a scene or to describe a topic. For them, this choice will be good to describe any scene or descriptive composition they can take for their composition writing. The essential quality required for writing a descriptive composition is an eye for detail. Many people are unable to visualize in their minds the detail of a scene which they might have looked at several times. Every students are blessed with different qualities. Some students have this power of imagining the things, of describing the scene, of putting everything in their mind about what they have seen just few days before, or whatever they are watching it very minutely and they are catching all the things from it. So for them, this subpart will be very great. So there are a number of ways of dealing with a descriptive essay. First of all, the writer makes a note of what he sees. Then he may describe sounds, smells and movements. Another method of dealing with the descriptive essay is by making use of contrasts. For example, one can often find interesting material by comparing the two scenes. Say a scene by day with the scene by night. A better way would be to write your description at an entirely fanciful level, relying on vivid imagination rather than on facts. However, you will write a far more effective composition if you deal with a subject which is known to you personally. Descriptive technique can be developed with practice. Always I have told you that grammar is just like mathematics. You have to practice. You have to practice while speaking, while doing conversation with one another, and at the time of writing also, practice will be of this language. So grammar is all about practice. So composition writing also depends upon the practice, how much you will do it. So description of an object. Suppose the description of an object usually consists of the class to which the object belongs. Example, a thermometer is a scientific instrument for measuring temperature. The general look of the object is shape, size, color, material, etc. Particular features which enable the object to be identified. Internal features and their spatial functions. Comparison of the objects to something else. Making a list of keywords for each part of the description. Example, for a fountain pen, cylindrical, plastic, black barrel, nib, tube, instrument for writing. So you have to bring every truth or everything which you have seen minutely into a descriptive form in description writing. If you are, that was for description of an object. Now for description of a person. For description of a person, you have to bring these facts into light. What are these facts? It may consist the name of a person and your relationship with him. If you are describing any person in your writing, you have to bring all these facts. Body of the composition should be physical features like height, looks, body shape, stature. Now clothing, posture, speech, mannerisms, what are the manners that he possesses, life history, interests, family background also can be put further to bring a vivid picture or to bring the clear picture of a person to whom you are describing. His opinions and actions, what others say about him, how he affects other people, comparisons and associations, all this will be for describing a person. Conclusion. Highlight the effect of his personality on you. Say why you like or dislike him. Your personal reason also, that why you like or dislike that personality to whom you are describing. Now description of a scene. Introduction. A general impression of the scene, that is a busy town center, a stormy seashore, a deserted village, etc. So we have seen that how to describe object, how to describe person. Now we will see how to describe a scene. Scene is very important for description, because if you are writing a story also in a composition, you have to clearly place the scene so that reader who is reading should go to that place through his imagination. He will make a clear picture in his mind about the scene in which story is plotted. So then only reader will find it interesting to read the whole passage. So here it is the body of composition for describing a scene. This may consist of description of building, traffic, people and their actions, animals, trees, flowers, etc. Included in this part are colors, shapes, sounds and smells. Make your description vivid by using figure of speech, like the river disappearing like a serpent. So here we have used simile. So different figures of speech could be brought to enrich your writing, to decorate your writing, because figure of speech decorate your writing, and reader find it interesting and he feel pleased when he reads your passage. The conclusion. Normally it consists of the impression the scene has made on you. The scene may make you happy, puzzled, indifferent, lonely or sad. Which type of scene you will place reader while reading, he will feel this type of feelings. Describe any association or memories that the scene has brought about in you. So you have to describe that what thing that scene has brought something for you, how you felt. Okay. So now assignment is given for your practice. So you can do this assignments as your practice set. Now here you will see letter of application also, page 142. As you know that question 2 consists of letter writing, both formal and informal. You have to choose any one, either formal or informal, and that carries 10 marks. So 10 marks means you have to fit with the format one entire page. Okay. Topics could be different, but formats will remain same, and board suggests that you have to use box type format, not traditional format which we were using, but you have to use box type format. Here it is a box type format given, a model letter. Address is given of the sender, 45 Egmore High Road, Chennai. Date, then one line is space, then date, then the personal officer, 32 Industrial Enterprise, New Delhi. So this is totally what? Formal letter. So for formal letter I can write over here also, and on the board I will show you as in your book it is given. So first you have to write your address, then space will be there. space will be there, then date. Date will be suppose 23rd March, then 23rd, this is October, okay, 23rd October 2020. Remember that RD will be on this line only, it will not be placed up according to new format, it will be placed here only, okay. Then this will be the date format. After that, again the address to whom you are sending, it will be, and everywhere it will be space, one line space will be there. Then dear sir, comma, again space will be there, then dear sir or dear madam, or where you don't know to whom you are writing is male or female, you can write sir oblique ma'am, okay. So after that subject would be application for the post of computer and so on, for the computer cum officer assistant. Now here you will see that subject is the heading, so first letter of the main words will be in capital letter, others will be in small, and helping verbs will be in small, other main words first letter will be in capital as heading for the subject. Then you can start. I apply, body of the application, body of the letter, I apply, and so on till then concluding paragraph, and then yours faithfully, okay, Annie Thomas or your name. If any enclosures are there, then ENC enclosures. Fine. Here you can see, if you will make a straight line, it will come like this way, on a straight line. So don't leave any space while changing the paragraph or anything, okay. As you are doing while typing in computer, and when you press enter key, automatically cursor comes on the extreme left. In the same way you have to write, all the things will be at the extreme left hand side. This is box type format, okay. So everything, address, then space, date format you have seen 23rd October, comma 2020. Then again address to whom you are sending, then space, then dear sir salutation, then subject, then space, then subject, application for the post, every first letter of words, main words will be in capital. Then you can start with space, then you can start the body of your formal letter. This is the format of formal letter. So after writing the concluding paragraph also you can write like, I applied for the post of computer operator cum officer assistant as advertised in the standard dated 1st March 2020. I completed my ISC examination from Shalom Public School, Shimla in 2014. Having secured distinction in English and Business Management, then I completed a 2-year diploma course in Computer Application and Office Management from Don Bosco Technical Institute, Delhi. I am glad to state that now again when paragraph are changing, it is starting from extreme left only. No 3-word space are being left. No, it will start from extreme left. Okay. So I have about 3 months experience at the assistant at Delhi Cherish Home, a voluntary organization taking care of the old and the destitute. I am finishing the address of the 2 references required. If any reference are there, you can write the reference address also to whom they can refer about you. Then the concluding paragraph, I am confident of carrying out my duties to the satisfaction of my superiors if I am considered favorable for the post. Then you have to write with this salutation, yours faithfully. In yours, no apostrophe is there, no apostrophe is required here. Yours, directly, yours faithfully or sincerely, then whatever you want to write, comma, after that your name, and then enclosures. Enclosures means anything you are enclosing for seconding your application, that will be enclosures, like photocopies of certificates and testimonials. So this was the format of official letter or formal letter. In formal letter or official letter, your wording should be very formal with great respect, and no friendly language has to be used. Okay. In informal language, friendly language should be used, and it will also be same, only subject, dear sir, all, and your salutations will change, like yours lovingly over there will come and your name will come. So that will be informal. To whom you are writing, to your natives or relatives or friends, fine, that will be informal. But formal letter format will be like this way. Understood? So this will be used in question 2. So this how we have completed in this part lesson 9. Test paper 9 we will start in our next video class. Fine students, so thank you so much and have a nice day.